Admiral Thexlar of the Valerian Armada watched the holographic display with growing satisfaction. 300 warships, the combined might of 5 stellar nations, surrounded the human colony of New Houston. The primitive species had ignored 3 evacuation warnings. Now they would learn the cost of defiance. Their defense fleet numbers 42 vessels, his tactical officer reported, mandibles clicking with amusement. Outdated frigate class. Minimal shielding. Thexlar's scales rippled with confidence. Humanity had stumbled onto the galactic stage only 20 years ago, barely enough time to master basic fusion drives. They controlled 7 systems, nothing compared to the Valerian Empire's 200. This lesson would remind them of their place. Commence the attack, he commanded. Commander Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UHSF Defiance, his jaw clenched as enemy ships began their approach. Around him, his crew worked in tense silence. They knew the odds. Everyone did. "Sir, incoming transmission from New Houston surface," Lieutenant Rebecca Walsh announced. "Governor Martinez is ordering all civilians to shelters." Jake nodded. Behind them, 3 million colonists were depending on 42 aging ships to buy them time. Time for what, he wasn't sure. Command had been cryptic, telling him only to hold position and wait. "Sir." Walsh's voice cracked with urgency. "New contact emerging from hyperspace. Massive signature. It's, oh my God." The fabric of space tore open, and from the wound emerged something that shouldn't exist. The UHSF Olympus measured 14 kilometers from bow to stern. Its hull was a tapestry of reinforced titanium alloy plates, each one etched with the names of fallen soldiers. 8 primary cannons, each capable of glassing a continent, bristled along its flanks. The ship's mass alone generated a gravitational field that pulled nearby debris into orbit around it. Aboard the Olympus, Captain Marcus Taylor sat in the command throne, surrounded by a crew of 12,000. Every station hummed with barely contained power. "All sections report ready, Captain," his XO, Commander Patricia Hayes, announced. "Reactor cores at maximum. Main guns charged." Marcus allowed himself a thin smile. Humanity had spent every credit, pushed every factory to breaking point, and drafted every engineer for this moment. The Valerian Empire thought humans were weak because they were young. They were about to learn the difference between age and ferocity. "Open a channel to the Valerian flagship," Marcus ordered. Admiral Thexlar's confidence evaporated when the sensor data reached his station. The numbers made no sense. No ship could be that large. No reactor could generate that much power. It violated every principle of naval engineering the galaxy had established over 10,000 years. "Incoming transmission from the human vessel," his communications officer stammered. Captain Marcus Taylor's face appeared on the screen, his expression carved from stone. "Admiral Thexlar, this is Captain Marcus Taylor of the United Human Space Forces. You have entered human territory with hostile intent. You have threatened human civilians. You have one opportunity to withdraw your forces." Thexlar's scales flushed purple with rage. "You dare threaten the Valerian Armada with a single ship? We are 300 strong." "I'm not threatening you, Admiral," Marcus replied, his voice cold as vacuum. "I'm explaining what's about to happen. You have 60 seconds. The transmission ended." Thexlar's tactical officer looked up, fear creeping into his voice. "Admiral, their weapon signatures are off the scale. If even half their systems are operational." "Silence!" Thexlar roared. "All ships, combat formation. We will not be intimidated by human bravado." 58 seconds later, the Olympus fired. The main cannons discharged simultaneously, 8 lances of superheated plasma that crossed the distance to the Valerian fleet in microseconds. Each shot carried the kinetic energy of a tactical nuclear weapon wrapped in a magnetic containment field. Where they struck, Valerian capital ship simply ceased to exist, not destroyed, but atomized into constituent particles. 8 shots. 8 warships erased from existence. Railgun batteries, fire at will, Marcus commanded. 300 secondary weapons opened up, hurling magnetically accelerated slugs at a significant fraction of light speed. The projectiles punched through Valerian shields like tissue paper, tearing through hulls and detonating fusion cores. The void bloomed with silent explosions. Aboard the Defiance, Commander Morrison watched in awe as the impossible unfolded before him. "Get those names," he whispered. "Every crew member on that ship. They're writing history." The Valerian formation shattered. Ships scattered in every direction, their tactical cohesion obliterated by sheer terror. In 90 seconds of engagement, the Olympus had destroyed 47 vessels and crippled another 30. Admiral Thexlar gripped his command chair, his entire body trembling. Around him, consoles sparked and flickered from near-miss impacts. The humans hadn't just built a larger ship. They'd weaponized every lesson learned from watching galactic warfare and added innovations that shouldn't work. "Retreat," he screamed. "All ships, emergency hyperspace jump." The Valerian fleet fled, leaving behind debris and the bodies of thousands floating in the black. 24 hours later, every government in the galaxy received the same transmission. It showed the Olympus floating in space above New Houston, surrounded by the wreckage of the Valerian attack force. Captain Taylor's voice accompanied the footage. "To the stellar nations of the galaxy, humanity seeks peace. We prefer cooperation to conflict, trade to warfare. But understand this, we will defend our people with every resource we possess. We are young, yes. We are new to the stars. But we are not weak. We are not prey. Attack us, and you will face the titans we can build when pushed. Leave us in peace, and we will be the best neighbors you could hope for. The choice is yours." In the weeks that followed, 3 separate galactic powers requested formal peace treaties with humanity. 2 others proposed technology exchanges. The Valerian Empire retreated into isolation, their military humbled. And in dry dock above Earth, construction began on the Olympus's sister ships, Ares, Athena, and Thor. The galaxy had learned a fundamental truth about humans: they were the species that, when threatened, didn't just fight back. They built monuments to deterrence and called them warships. The age of human diplomacy had begun, built on a foundation of overwhelming, undeniable strength.